Hi, Sindre. Can you hear us?
Hey,
Can you hear us?
yeah, I actually totally forgot. I was in the middle of some Scrimba stuff.
No worries. I told Peter too. I forgot 1 minute before. So
Cool. But I'm open for a short meeting, definitely.
sounds good. So I just added these 2 points, and Peter was telling me about his attempt at using Imba with the cPanel setup or serving it via Apache there. He's still having issues, but that's environment problem. And I was trying to tell him he could look into the proxy passing if that's something you could do on the Apache side.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because one thing I found was that in order to get the client-side code working, I wound up having to have one copy in the code base folder that cPanel was looking at, but I also had to throw a duplicate copy on at the top level of the hosting server.
Oh.
So that was a little bit surprising, but
Yeah.
apparently that's because the cPanel is looking for any routes that are being prefixed with the name of the app. So the app's sitting in the virtual folder as opposed to where its own code base is. But then when it's serving resources, it's looking at the root folder as the origin point for the server, as opposed to the subfolder that the app's official front page URL is.
Okay. Yeah.
And then adding the second copy of the resources, it was able to find the resource. So everything's working fine for serving client-side Imba off of the shared hosting platform. The only problem was that when I tried to do an Imba serve-based server on the hosting platform, I'm just getting a warning from the cPanel that something went wrong and not providing any more useful information. Maybe I can dig in and find the log, because it did say that information was logged. So I've got to figure out where the log is buried on the server, and maybe that'll give me a hint as to what's happening.
Yeah, I think there are some issues with how the files are generated, so that I think it's probably tricky to serve assets, especially from a fully static host. Like it's even problematic to use Imba serve and Imba build to serve a page on GitHub pages, since you're always serving it from a subfolder. I started doing some work on that earlier, but I just had to put it aside for a while, and I haven't come back to it. But maybe I can start looking into that again soon.
Yeah, so basically the code's living in a subfolder that's being hidden by the cPanel. It's being served out of a virtual folder, and the virtual folder just has the passenger information telling passenger what it's doing with routing it to the backend on Node. And it works fine for simple Express apps, but something when I add Imba serve to the building chain, then it throws the error. So far I'm just trying with Express-based servers, and those seem to be working. I'm scaling up, adding more functionality to it with each attempt and making sure that those are working. And then also I got an error. The other thing I'm thinking is maybe when we're compiling that package, it's not being built for Node, it's being built for the browser. Since on the browser, the code's working just fine. But on Node, that's where I'm having the issues. Because at one point I got one error message about import not being supported because it wasn't a proper ES6 module.
Yeah, I think there are some. It's difficult to really get a good overview since I haven't tried to set up anything through cPanel, etc. So.
Okay, so for now, I'm just going to focus on the client-side code until we have a better handle on what's going server-side.
Yeah, cool.
Cool, and make sure to create issues for those. Eventually,
okay, I'll give you the actual code of the errors and all, and I'll put that in an issue.
I think a minimal reproducer would be great.
Mm.
At
Okay,
least for
okay,
the
see what I
last
can do
error you
there.
mentioned there. The last error seemed to be something node specific, where you're running the build command, right?
Right. So maybe what I'll try to do is install a local copy of the exact same version of Node that the server is running, because my local node is ahead of the server.
So, Sindre, do you have any other topics, or is these two enough for today?
I think these two are enough. It's better to go through things when more people attend, and like if we announce it before and I remember it. So I finally got the VS Code tooling out. Just using it myself today, I see there are quite a few issues still. It crashes sometimes, at least on the Scrimba code base, and there are some. It's lagging quite often because of the way I compile things on the TypeScript server. So I know how to improve that, but it will take some time. And right now I've gone back to some Scrimba stuff for a few days. So I will, but it's definitely usable. So if you're not doing anything with Imba 1, I would definitely recommend trying to download it on the VS Code extensions marketplace and test it out, because for most things it should be much better than the old one.
Nice. I'll look forward to using it. And it seems like it actually auto updates, because I was checking the version just right before, and it seemed like it's version 3.0.0 now, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm showing too.
Okay, yeah, that's good. If that's the case, that's good.
Yeah, so then you shouldn't need to do anything. Just continue using the latest extension, because there's another one. What's going to happen with the other one? Is that one going away?
I actually unpublished it yesterday, because I think it resulted in some confusion where people actually downloaded the old like unrelated tooling that definitely doesn't work well with Imba 2. So I just unpublished that from Marketplace for now.
When do you think we can officially call ourselves a beta instead of an alpha?
Yeah, I think it's actually getting pretty close. Today I wrote a basic launch post on the internal Y Combinator page, like Bookface, which is an internal forum for YC companies. So it's getting closer. I think just from the issues you posted, that were really helpful. That helped me find and figure out a few breaking bugs from the last few releases. I think there are still a few really showstoppers, like show-stopping issues that I haven't discovered yet. So we should definitely give it a few days, and I think I should try to upgrade Scrimba to the latest alpha, because Scrimba is actually still on alpha 99, so it's not even using the ES build, the new ES build stuff. I have some of that in a branch already, but I should try to get Scrimba up and running fully with the latest alpha. And if or when we get that working, then I think for my part it could be ready to just call it beta 1 and try to go more public, because it's still a beta. There will be bugs and issues, but yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Yeah, hopefully in a week or so we'll be able to get it working on the production server for the server side.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And I am going to also going to work on making the latest version work well on Scrimba again, finally, so that I can start doing some casts. And like Alexander and I did the series where we just played around and created some examples and stuff. We could maybe pick up that again.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to do that. I still got your microphone here at home.
Yeah.
So very much enjoying your microphone. Thank you for borrowing it to me. So we could do those. The unfortunate thing, like the only thing I don't know how to do on Scrimba is the multiple participant audio. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's actually quite difficult. So we can see what we can figure out.
Yeah, and maybe we can come up with some other thoughts.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
also be nice to maybe also talk with Frode about it, and I don't remember his name. Yeah, Nathan. Yes, Nathan, and probably also other people on the Discord, so we can maybe maybe we can try out a different format. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just to see what we could, maybe somebody else has an idea we could try out. And then I would also really love it if we could export some of the casts to YouTube, to the small, it's not a big channel, but I think it would be nice for whenever somebody searches for Imba on YouTube, I don't want them to see my videos, because we did a few live streams back, and those are still showing up whenever you search for Imba. It would be nice to have some more higher quality stuff that shows up on YouTube. So it would be cool to look into that, exporting some of the newer casts we make. And I think there should be, it should be a straightforward process.
Yeah.
And we could also experiment with, we did a few experiments with live stream, maybe 1 or 2 times. That seemed to be working. Maybe we could even live stream the Imba changelog, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
So we can look into that and talk about that later.
Definitely. It's cool. Yeah. Should we just
Yeah, we can hear. Peter, do you have anything else you'd like to?
No, that's it so far. I'm going to keep trying to hammer away at the server issues and see if I can get any more useful information out of the system.
Yeah.
Great.
And again, it's very, very helpful with the issues you reported. It's very nice, detailed, and yeah. So keep that up as well.
Nice.
Will do.
Okay.
Perfect. Talk to
Let's
you later.
wrap it up.